street, carrying tray on my head, hawking groceries. Then I would rush to school 8 a.m. Most of the time I was late for school. And I would finish from school 2:30 p.m. I would rest for just 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. I would go back on the high street 4 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. or 8 p.m. at the age of 13. And this was what I was doing. I will have tray on my head like this, with groceries, bread, whatever thing I think my mom would give to me to go and sell. Then I will move from one street to another street. Whatever I have is what I yell out. If I have bread, for example, I will say, back from one street to another. The day my tray, I will go home full of happiness and joy. Now I'm going back home to tell my mom, I've sold all the groceries, I'm bringing money back. But the day I couldn't sell nothing, I became a sad young man, going home with fear to tell my mom I didn't sell anything. And that was what I was doing at the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. In the high street. And my mates, they are in school, having the best of life. And in between these years, I worked in factories, late night shifts, between 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Working in factories, carrying 50 kilograms of produce, late nights, just to earn a little bit of money to support my mom and my younger ones and myself. And in between these years, between the age of 13 to 21, we went to the thick forest in our village. We'll do farm work. Sometimes we'll be in the thick forest for 3 to 4 days. Forest where there was no electricity, no good water, no food. We'll sleep in the little hut with this fire in the middle of the hut. And we'll have wild animals. We're not sure who can make it the next morning. We'll be there for 4 days sometimes, just to earn money, to provide food for the family. 13 to 21. And it came to a stage when I was growing up, when I became 20 and 21, and I realized that I'm not a grown man, I need to move on with my life. So I made some new decision. I told my mom, I can't continue like this, I need to move on with my life. And I made some decision to move on. And you know, in life, sometimes, the higher you go, the tougher it becomes. So I was faced with new challenges with life, new goals, new responsibility, but I didn't have enough confidence. I didn't have enough skill. I didn't have enough energy. The power within me was not enough to face my current life situation challenges. And I became depressed. I lost my self-confidence, no energy, no vision, and I gave up my new goal in life. So I was withdrawing from friends. And I saw myself as a failure. I was at home, deeply depressed. No money, nothing was working out. And to make it worse, my father was seriously ill. And eventually, he died. And he died right in my presence. My mom went one day to the market to get food, and I was home. I was talking with my father, and there and then, just me and my dad, and that was it. And I passed on. And things became the worst for me. But I had to move on with life. And he got buried. And then I had a friend, a female friend, who I so much loved with passion. I was looking one day, I'm going to get married to her. She was the only thing that made me to have a little bit of joy within me. I said, one day, I'm going to be very successful. I'm going to do very well in life, and I'll get married to her. And this young, beautiful lady, she came to me one evening and said to me, Efe, I don't think you're going to be successful in life. I don't think you can make it in life. Nothing is working out for you. Your family background is poor. What are you up to? I don't want to get married to somebody who cannot secure my destiny and my future for me. And I did blame her because we all want good things, isn't it? And she left. And she dumped me. She said goodbye. And things became terrible worse for me. I was in pain. I was depressed. No hope. I was living for nothing. But thank God, one day, a friend of mine invited me to a church. And he said, if you come, let's go to church. I wasn't keen about church. I said, I want to start up my life. He said, just come, let's go. And I said, okay, let's go. And I went there, twice this audience here. And the church pastor was preaching, and the title of his message was, The Dignity of Labor. And when he was talking to the congregation, it looked as if he was talking to me one-on-one directly. And he said something that changed my world. He said, there is something deep down within you, waiting for your expression. You're going to reach deep down within you. You're going to word gave me life. It gave me hope again. And I went back home. I was thinking about what the guy said. You mean there is something deep down within me? I have potential within me? So I went to the church the next day. I bought the CD and I took it with me home and I played that CD over and over 60 times. I was listening to that message. And you know in life, whatever you feed your mind with, it controls your thoughts. And when your thinking change, your life change. That was what happened to me. My thought pattern began to change. And I went back to this man and I told him a little bit about my story, not everything. And he prayed for me and he counseled me. And when I was leaving his office, he gave me a gift. And that gift was what made the difference. That gift was a book. The book written by Anthony Robbins, titled The Unlimited Power. Who have read that book? Okay. If you haven't read that book, please get that book. If you read it before, go read it again. The Unlimited Power, Anthony Robbins. I read that book page to page. And in that book, that was where I discovered the power of having vision, setting goals, setting a standard, time management, self-discipline, the power of your thought, all these things about personal development. And that was how I got introduced into personal development. So I became obsessed about reading books. And I began to read books, all sorts of books. I would go to the library, I would borrow books. Whatever book I see, I just begin to read them. And things began to happen within me. My thought began to change. Like if you must change your life, if you must grow from where you are now, it begins from within, not what is going on outside. So I read those books. And with all the information I had with me, I was able to come together with a little book, 32-page, a small book that has to do with success, career, and academic excellence. Within a period of 3 months, I did that, and I got that book published. You don't want to know how I got that book published, how I was able to raise money. If I tell you that story, it's a 1-week seminar. How I raised money. But thank God I was able to raise the money. And I published the book, and the book was meant to be sold to teenagers, students in higher institutions, in colleges and university. And for me to be able to do that, I need to speak to them, to do public speaking like I'm doing now. But I've never done public speaking. I don't have confidence to talk to people. How do I do that? But because I was so passionate and desperate to move forward my life, I said to myself, I must learn how to talk to people publicly so that I can go to school and sell this book. You know, in life, when you have the reason why you want to do anything, the universe will give you the how. So I have a reason why. why I want to do that. So what I did, I went back to that church and I said, I want to apply to become one of the children department, teaching, to be a Sunday school teacher, to give me the opportunity to be talking to children, to do public speaking. So I started from the class where they're about 7 years old and 8 years old. So I will go there Sunday morning, I'll be talking to them just to improve my public speaking. And I grew from there to age 14. Then my confidence was building up. Then I went to colleges and school. I would speak to the school authority. My name is Efe. I've written this book. I want to come and inspire your students. And they said, that's fine. You go and talk to them. And gradually, I was building my public speaking skill. And now, the big task for me then was to go to university now to talk to the fresh undergraduates. That was the bigger one for me. So I went there the first day, I messed up. I couldn't say nothing. I didn't sell any book. But I picked up courage. I said, I'm not going to give up at all. So I went to other school, and I stood there with about up to 1,500 students, a big theater hall in the University of Ekoma in Edo State in Nigeria. And I stood right there, and I was speaking with loud voice, with big voice and all that. And the whole class became so. And I spoke for about 15 minutes. And I said to them, all the things I've said now are the ones you've not heard from me. They are in this book. If you need this book, come get this book. Within a twinkle of an eye, the whole crowd were running to me. I need that book. I need that book. And they came. Some of them, they stole the book anyway. And I saw money for the first time. Money. People were giving me money. Oh, say, oh, thank you. That was very good. And they bought this book. And I went back home with money in my pocket. And I had tears of joy. So this is me. I can earn money for myself. And that was the first business I had in my life. Then from there, I now set up a kind of a non-governmental organization whereby I was going to secondary schools, teaching young people life skills, inspiration, goal setting, time management. I was involved in that. I set up my own little business and I was doing that. Development. I read in the newspaper, I think the Daily Standard in London, that they were doing an exhibition at Excel Center in London. Who has been there? Excel Center. Good. So I went to Excel Center because I was so inquisitive to learn, to know how it works here in the UK. And I was moving around the different stands. Luckily, I went to this stand and I saw this guy, Jonathan J, the founder of one of the Europe's biggest coaching academy. He founded the coaching academy in London. And I read his brochure and I loved what I read. And I saw his book that he was selling. The book was titled Sack Your Boss. So I bought that book, £14, 50 pence. And I took the brochure, I went back home and I read about life coaching. I said, wow, this sounds good to me. So I called the office and I said, I want to come to one of the training. Luckily, they were doing free weekend training. So I said, yes, I want to come on that. So I went to that 2 days weekend training. And I loved it. I said, wow, this is me. This is a new career for me. I'm going to go for it. So I went back home, started making plans. Decision to come to Bournemouth because I was new in the UK. I knew no one, nothing, and I needed to survive. So I came to Bournemouth with a friend. I was looking for a job. And luckily I found a cleaning job. And I did that cleaning job for a long time to raise money to equip myself with a coaching academy. I found when I was so determined, I did that cleaning work, I put in all my best, and I raised money, and I went for the training. And right from there to now, I've been involved in different training, in all certification you can mention, home study course from some American people, all sorts of training. I attended seminars, I was always traveling to London, Birmingham, just to learn, just to equip myself to be fit in the marketplace. Then I set up my own business, trying to struggle and all that. And it came. to a day and I said to myself, how has this happened? A man who was very depressed, sad. How did it happen? How did I make it to be in the UK? How did the transformation begin? What happened? I began to ask myself questions. And these questions I've been asking myself all these years, and that is why I invest in learning. And the change has come. So when I speak to people, when I work with people one-on-one or group work, when people tell me the result of achieved, I cry within me. And if I had given up a long time ago, I wouldn't be here helping people today. So I want to tell you this moment, how challenging things are with you right now. Don't give up. It's possible. There's a giant within you. What you have to do to experience that change, you just have to be true to yourself, like what Brett Moran and all the speakers talk about the first time. Now, if over the years, I've developed this 5-part strategy that I use to work with people one-on-one, and these are the things that have helped me. If you must change any goal or make any change or achieve any results in your life, the first secret is clarify your direction. Clarity is key. 80% of the reason people are succeeding is clarity. The other day I was working with one of my clients, Lucy. Not Lucy Whittemore. I was working with Lucy and I was taking her through this session. I began to ask Lucy, I said, Lucy, what are some of the business breakthrough you desire in the next 12 months? And Lucy made mention of one thing and one thing only. And I said to Lucy, Lucy, you're not clear, are you? And Lucy said, if you know what, I think you're right. So what I did, I began to work with Lucy. I began to clarify what are the business goals? What is it you want to create? What are the results you want to achieve in the next 12 months? So if you must move forward, you have to sit down and ask yourself, what do I want to achieve with my business? Where am I in a relationship? What do you want in a relationship? Not what you want. Because most of the time, when things are not going the way we desire it, we tend to focus on what is not working. And the more you focus on what is not working, you go deep down. But what you have to do is to pick yourself up and face the direction you want to go. So decide what are the goals you desire for yourself in the next 10 years, the next 5 years. What is it do you want? If you're not happy with your relationship right now, don't focus on what is not working well. Focus on how you want it to be. If you're in business, what kind of business are you into? Who do you want to work with? What is your target market? What do you want to bring to the market that is different? What result do you desire? Happy with your current career? What do you really want? Clarity is key. That was what helped me. It's going to a stage when I began to read this book, I began to ask myself, who am I? What do I want? And when I made that decision many years ago, I never allowed nobody, my close friend, my family member, to distract me. I never allowed good advice to come in. Because most times in life, some good idea or good advice will make us to lose the best idea in life. Is that true for you? But if you are clear of what is it you want, you don't take every good advice. So what do you want? And the second strategy that I adopt that I use to help my client is you have to strategize your action. Strategy is key. Because to achieve that goal you set for yourself, you need to follow the right path. Imagine, for example, I live in London and Brett lives in Liverpool. And Brett called me and said, Effie, come and meet me in Liverpool tomorrow morning. And all the description Brett gave to me was, if I live in this house, it's a big house, painted white, drive all the way from London and come and meet me there. How long do you think it will take me to get to Liverpool? It will take the whole of my life if I ever get there. But if I have the strategy, where and what I need to do, I have the sat-nav, Brett gave me the postcode, the street address, I will just type the address on my sat-nav, what do I do? And follow that direction. So some of the people that I work with, there are people who are busy, and at the end of the year, they have no results for it. So strategy is very key. So what do you need to do first when you set your goals? What are some of the things you might be doing now? Because you can't do everything once. And the next thing is, you need to upgrade your skill. Acquire and brush up your skills. In order for us to move effectively and effortlessly towards the goal we desire for ourselves, we need skills. Skills upgrade. For me, a few years ago, one of the skills that I need with my business is public speaking. And when I came to the UK, the first thing I did was to look at how do I improve my public speaking skill. Because I'm not an Englishman and I don't have the English accent. And the first time I did the public speaking, it was terrible. I was talking faster than I'm talking now. You couldn't understand me, and I almost gave up. Then somebody told me about Toastmasters International. And I went to look at Toastmasters International. Then I've been going to that meeting to improve my public speaking skills. And I did a lot of training and all that as well. And that skill has helped me to an extent to do what I'm doing now. So in your business, in your life, whatever area of your life you want to grow with, what skills are needed for you to grow and to thrive? What skills do you need? If you are a business person, do you need to improve your marketing skill? If you are in a relationship, maybe you want to improve it. Do you need to improve your communication skill, your time management skill, your organizational skill? What skills are needed for you to thrive and to grow with your life? What skill do you need? And the fourth thing is to optimize your environment. What could you take or add into your environment to make success easy, fun, and inevitable? Sometimes the people we are allowed into our lives, they are distractions. The people you're currently moving with, the people you surround yourself with, what have they got you thinking? What have they got you doing? Where have they got you going? What direction are they leading you? Are they helping you to move faster towards your goal? Are they supporting your dream and your vision? Environment could be your office or where you live, your home. What is it you need to take out to make things easy for you? What do you need to bring into your office or where you live or wherever you do what you do? What do you need to bring in or take out to make things easy for you? Because it's very, very important that we feel at ease wherever we walk. What skills are needed? How do you want your environment to be? And the next one is to master your psychology. What I mean by psychology is those fear, those doubts, those limiting beliefs that goes on within us, that limit us and limit our potential. There are helps, like Brett Moran was talking about how he found the power of breathing, reaching out deep within. You need to find the tools and the techniques that will support you to overcome those limiting beliefs, those insecurity within them. Maybe you may need someone that will give you assistance. Maybe you can. Where are you? What is going on? What are the results? What's happening around you? Living a new life. And just zoom the picture close to yourself now. See it real. As you now come and open your eyes right now and pray with me again. Now what I'm going to ask you right now, do you believe that that thing you just visualized is possible for you? Good. I'm in the right room. Good. Fantastic. Now, the next question is, what has to happen? Who do you need to be different from who you've been right now to achieve that goal? Anybody? Who do you need to be differently? Yeah?
Healthy lifestyle.
Sir?
Healthier lifestyle.
Healthy lifestyle. Good. Anybody else? What kind of person do you need to become to achieve that goal? Just visualize that.
Gain more self-esteem.
Gain more self-esteem. Yeah? Good.
More self-belief.
More self-belief. We need that to succeed. Yeah?
Practice what I preach.
Practice what you preach. Okay? Anybody else?
More organized.
More organized. We need that. That's what I help people with, to organize their life. So it's very key to have self-belief, to be more organized, to practice what you preach, time management. They are all possible. These things are possible if you apply yourself to them. They are very possible. I want you to leave this place with a different set of mind. And whatever goal you desire in life, maybe your business, whatever result you desire, I want you to believe somebody has done it before and you can do it. Is that true? So it's all about clarifying what it is you want to achieve, strategizing your action, upgrading your skill, and mastering your psychology. And this is what my work is all about. These are the 5 things I help my clients to do. And the result is it could be increase in income, increase in confidence, a better promotion in your work, in all sort of things. And because of time, I have 5 minutes left. Now, I promised Brett Moore I'm going to give something to this audience today. I'm going to give this is my special gift to you today. I want to give you my rapid change breakthrough coaching session to as many I can fit into my schedule. I'm a very busy man. I got 2 children, I got my business and a lot of things. But one thing I do when I make this offer, I set a day within the week to work with people in this special offer. And during this rapid change breakthrough session, I'm going to work with you to clarify your vision and your goals for 2014. And also I will help you to uncover those hidden challenges that could be sabotaging you, slowing you down, or stopping you from achieving those goals. And you leave the session renewed, energized, and highly motivated to go make things happen. Normally, I charge this thing for $295, and I was going to give you guys for $195. But because I've enjoyed myself here right now, and you guys are full of energy, I'm going to give it to you free of charge. How good is that? Woo-hoo. Yeah, come on. Free of charge. So I'm going to work with you one-on-one over the phone. I'm going to set someone to call you within the next 48 hours to schedule your session with me. So if you are interested in this, what I want you to do right now, if you have a business card, please give it to me. But if you don't have a business card, write your name, your email address, and your contact number, and give it to me. And I will ask someone to contact you within the next 48 hours to schedule your session with me. Every one of us, we desire, we deserve to grow. And it's possible. There is somebody here in this room, she doesn't know. She's someone I look up to, I admire her work. I love what she see. The big man. That is my gift for you. I can speak from now till tomorrow if you allow me to speak.